Okay, welcome guys to another play along video. Now, I mentioned this in the previous video, but I'm pre-recording a few play alongs because I'll be traveling to India very soon from the recording date. Like when this video goes up, I'll probably just be landing in India or something. Because the plan is that I upload one play along every week. They'll probably go up on Fridays. That's what I'm thinking. So every Friday you'll probably get a play along. I'll like schedule it to publish and whatever. So yeah, I'm just gonna record like 7, 8 play alongs in before I leave, and that way I'll be gone for like 6 weeks. So that way you'll have at least a weekly play along, and I'm also working on another series of YouTube videos, but I don't know if that'll be like I don't know if I'll be able to pre-record all the episodes for it, but we'll see. Like you'll at least get one video a week of the play alongs, and then maybe you could get some additional videos that I'm trying to work on as well. So yeah, 1 to 2 GeoGuessr videos a week. You can look forward to that. If I'm able to record and upload more in India, then you can also expect more stuff like then. But for now, I'm just gonna do what I can from here before I leave. So anyway, point being, this is a pre-recorded play along. I'm probably in India when you're watching this, so I may not be like able to reply to comments and stuff immediately. Anyway, point is, let's get into this. So if you don't know how play alongs work, there will be some challenge links in the description, which I which you should play first, and then you can come back and watch my perspective. I'll explain my thought process, my logic, and whatnot, and maybe you can pick up some tips from that. If you have some tips from me, you can leave them in the comments as well. It's that's way it's like a bit of mutual learning. I'm sure. I feel like the best way to get better at the game. I say this every video, but the best way to get better at the game is to play the game more along with people who are able to provide you tips, right? So that's the idea of the play along. So let's get into this. First play along for today will be on an improved world. So let's see if I can find the map. An improved world. We'll be playing it no moving as usual. Challenge link will be in the description. So hopefully at this point in the video you've finished playing this first challenge and now you're here to watch my perspective. So let's get started. Let's see what we have. So already we are driving on the left and we have a yellow plate on the back. So I'm already thinking of UK, maybe like Scotland or Wales. But there are a few reasons why. The sun is in the south, where it's kind of setting, but like this also just looks way more European than anywhere in South America, you know? And then with a yellow plate on the back, that pretty much solidifies that this is UK because Ireland would have a white plate on the back. Um, and yeah, nothing else really makes sense with driving on the left in this kind of landscape. Um, we also have the sign on the left side, which makes sense. Now this house here kind of feels Irish, you know, like these houses, like these like I don't know, like white cream colored houses with like black gray roofs. So I'm considering if this is ever Northern Ireland, because it almost feels Irish, but with the yellow plate, it's probably just going to be UK. So I'm gonna go and make a bit of a risky guess maybe, but I want to try going Northern Ireland here. Let's see how it goes. No, didn't pay off. It was very far south in the UK. Okay, so I don't really know if there's a specific hint to get this kind of area, but that's not what I was thinking at least. So, bit of a hit on the points, but in any case, at least we get the country streak as one. Uh, so let's move on. Okay, so this round, it's one of those karmas, right? Like, it's like right in your face. Even if you want to avoid it, it's like really hard to avoid. It's literally in your face. So if you know it, then that's good. You probably were able to 5k this. If not, then I will tell you right now that this is the Google car that you find on US Virgin Islands. Now there's 3 different islands, but this red car in specific is only found on this one. So here and here you get white cars. You can also get a white car here sometimes, but If you get a red car, then it's going to be here as far as I know. Um, Other than that, there's still a few hints, like driving on the left. So that is so like double yellow middle lines and driving on the left also pretty much indicates that you've got to be here. Or maybe Bermuda, but yeah, I mean, this looks pretty dry and empty for Bermuda, I'd say. So I don't know. I wouldn't go Bermuda on this round. It kind of feels like this area, no? Like if you've seen Curacao, you'll also get like a similar kind of vibe in this like Caribbean area, I guess. Um, so yeah, that combined with driving on the left and yellow lines should also be an indication that we are in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Um, I see a mountain like to my east, so I'll just go up here somewhere. Let's see. Ah, all the way on the coast. I didn't think there was water next to me, but apparently. Ooh, this is a tricky one. Now, I have two ideas here, and this is one of those like tough rounds that you get in country streaks and you lose your streak. So there are two things that this could be, in my opinion, and one of them is Norway, and one is Sweden, because this is like kind of hilly, kind of mountainous. It's not like we're not like in the middle of massive mountains, but it's still pretty mountainous, I'd say. Like if you look around, there's a bunch of mountains. So Norway makes sense with mountains. Norway is like very mountainous, and Sweden also has a good amount of like hilly mountainous regions. Now this kind of like extra snowy coverage, you do get it in both Norway and Sweden. Now it's very rare to find it in Norway because Norway has like a lot of updated Gen 4 coverage and whatnot. So usually you don't get to see this, but you know, map makers do like to sprinkle in some of these kind of locations to make it a bit tough for country streaks and whatnot. So I would personally lean in Norway here. I don't really see a reason. This is also a Gen 2 camera, so Gen 2 Norway is very rare. Like you'll barely ever see it. But this is definitely one of those locations where it could be Gen 2 Norway. Um, I can't really see the snow poles clearly, but yeah, I don't know. So if it's Norway, I'd say it's like in this region. I think that's where I've seen most of like the snow Gen 2 coverage. Sweden, I'm not sure where it exists, but probably also like somewhere here. So I'll just go in Norway and see how it goes. Let's see. Nice. Yeah, that's exactly where it was. This is the sort of area where you can see Gen 2 snow coverage in Norway. So yeah, a bit of like camera gen and coverage meta and whatnot. But you know, in these kind of tough rounds, you have to like if you saw my how to get good at GeoGuessr video, you know what I'm talking about. Like you kind of have to make use of whatever hints you have in these kind of tough rounds, and yeah, learning the different coverage and the season of the coverage and learning the roads, all of that is a kind of a part of improving at the game. So whether whether you like it or not, that is the way I can recognize that area. All right, so this time we should be in Bhutan. Bunch of hints again. First, you can see a hint of the silver car. If you played last week's play along, I'm pretty sure there's also a Bhutan location in that with the silver car. You can also see like there's a bit of a car glitch here, so you can see the back of the car here. So again, you can see the silver. But then, as I said last time, these mountains are the biggest hint in Bhutan. Like just mountains with a bunch of trees. Here you get a better view of the trees as well. We are very close to them. I wouldn't know the exact name for these trees, but I'm sure someone knows, and you can let us know in the comments. So these kind of trees, very typical Bhutan. Again, no guardrail, very very typical. And then you get like these kind of like stone blocks next to the road. Those are very very typical in Bhutan. So should be somewhere in Bhutan. Let's go like here maybe. Okay, bit more east. But not bad. Let's keep on going. Oh, we have some palm trees and these kind of, okay, so these trees, as far as I know, aren't country specific, but I've seen them so much in like Latin America. But they're usually in cities, so usually you already know it's Latin America, but like if you're not sure of the continent, this could be a good trick. Like these like very well trimmed trees, I guess, or something. Um, Typical in Latin America is what I've noticed. Anyway, we should be in Brazil here. Few hints. Firstly, we have a classic Brazilian pole right here. So this is very, very typical Brazilian pole. It has like a bit of holes on the top and then it has indents all the way through to the bottom. So if you see this, very typical in Brazil, also Portugal, but this time we're in South America. And then you can also get a similar pole in Nigeria. Sun is in the north, which makes sense as well because we're in the southern hemisphere. Um, these kind of satellite dishes, these are very common in Brazil and Indonesia. So if you see these come in handy quite a lot. If you don't know the country, especially like these satellite dishes, like most of the times will be either Brazil or Indonesia. So that's one good hint as well. Um, Now that we are in Brazil, though, I am really not sure where to guess here. I think there's a pole metaphor like these wooden poles, but I'd be lying if I said I knew where those were found. But we have some hills in the side. Feels slightly dryish. There's some palm trees. These kind of roofs are usually, I'd say, more common in like the northeast. Um, just like tiled roofs and I don't know. Don't take my word for it though, because I'm not a Brazilian roof expert. So yeah, I don't know. I'd say like with these mountains and this kind of like dryish feeling, I'd go maybe Bahia. Bahia has some mountains and it's kind of dry. Also these trees, but yeah, I don't know about these poles, so I don't know if you get them there. Or it could be like a curveball. I'm completely wrong, but let's see. Ah, that's rough. It's just Sao Paulo. Okay, so I'm sure some Brazil experts would have gotten that maybe, but that really did not feel like Sao Paulo to me. Let's take a quick look again in case I missed something. 1-4? If this is if this is meant to be this like phone code, then like phone codes starting with the digit 1 are found in the state of Sao Paulo. So if that's somehow meant to be a phone code, then maybe that could have given it away. But yeah, other than that, I still don't see Sao Paulo here. So yeah, if there's some Brazil experts, you can let me know why that's Sao Paulo. But we end up with 20.8k. If I was playing an improved world hedge, so that's a world record category where you have to try and get 20,000 points in a row as many times as possible on an improved world. So if I was playing that, then I'd I've gotten enough points for the hedge. So I'm happy with that. That's a decent score for an improved world. Okay, so hopefully you're done with this challenge as well. Of course you are. Like if you finish watching my perspective, then you surely are. Now let's switch it up a bit. Let's play a stochastic populated world. So this is also just an AI generated map. I think this is the map with the highest number of locations of any map. If I'm correct about that, I've not seen a map with more than 128k locations. And apparently it's also got India, so that's going to be interesting to see. I'm keen to get some India locations. So let's get into this. Challenge link again will be in the description. And hopefully at this point you've finished playing this and now you're here to watch my perspective. So let's go. All right, so we are starting off in Argentina. Why am I so confused? Yeah, this is Argentina. So a bunch of ways to tell Argentina here. Firstly, the sun is in the north, so we're in the southern hemisphere, okay? Then you have Cerra El Pasos and some like other Spanish as well. So you know you're in a Spanish-speaking country. So Southern Hemisphere Spanish-speaking. You can eliminate Brazil because it speaks Portuguese. So you're kind of left with these. Now in South America, this is Gen 4 coverage, right? So Gen 4 coverage is like the latest camera that Google has. So there are four generations of cameras, one, two, three, four. Uh, and then the latest one is the fourth gen. So you see like very vivid colors and very nice picture quality. So that's the Gen 4 camera, and you get it in Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, Chile, and Peru recently got Gen 4 as well. So as of now, as of the date I'm recording this, these are the countries that have Gen 4, but we've already eliminated Brazil because it speaks Portuguese. Peru is very mountainous. Um, this is just, I mean, this is just classic Argentina, to be honest. You have also got this number plate here. So these are the old Argentina number plates. They're like small plates with a black dot in the middle of them that's visible. So if you see that plate, then it's 100% going to be Argentina. I think these are like the new Argentina plates. Another hint is this pole with this pole top. So if you see this pole, I'm pretty sure you also get it in Peru, but yeah, you definitely get it in Argentina because well, we have it right now. So yeah, that's another hint for Argentina. Then you have these signposts, like you also see this one, metallic signpost. Colombia, if you know, has like a cross on the back of the sign, so it can't be Colombia. Peru has like a striped signpost, so you can kind of like use that as well. But yeah, I think biggest hint here is the number plate and the pole. So now that we know that we're in Argentina, we have Resistencia here, which is I think a decently sized city. I think it's yeah on the border right here, and that is to this way, I guess. So to the south, and Villa del Carmen is to the west, and I think that's also decently sized. So Villa del Carmen is here. Interesting. And then we're at like a roundabout sort of thing. That's not it, is it? We have a road going up parallel to us. Um, oh, maybe we're just here. We're like probably just in the middle of Villa del Carmen. Because there's a road going off there, which makes sense. There's a walking bridge. Doesn't show up, I guess. And then there's also, yeah, that should be the 5K. Nice. So, good start. Oh, and we got in India actually. Let's go. That's awesome. Okay, so India got a bunch of official Google coverage recently. I made a whole video about it, so if you haven't seen it, link for that will be on the screen probably. If I remember to actually, I don't know if I'll remember to put the screen link on the screen, but you'll probably find it on my channel anyway. Um, but yeah, the problem with India coverage is that the quality is not the best. Like you can see the sun's like very glared out, a massive blur on this like bottom, and yeah, just the overall quality is kind of blurry. But hey, some coverage is better than none, right? That's how I see it. Also, I'll be in India probably when when this video comes out, my home country. So very cool. Now, there's not too much coverage in India yet, so it's mainly around some big cities. But I think the more important part here is like you see like lots and lots of plains with like a ton of agriculture here. And in India, this kind of area here, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, um, even a bit in the east. It depends on which crop it is, but there's a lot of agriculture in these kind of areas. There's also a bunch of agriculture like south, don't get me wrong, but like if you look at the different like crop production statistics or whatever for India, um, like a lot of different crops and stuff grow here. Like I don't know, like wheat, rice, I think, potatoes. Yeah, bunch of stuff. You can probably look up the statistics. A lot of those are found there. So I think this is, and it's also pretty dry, so also makes sense for this area. I think we're just like Haryana or Uttar Pradesh, to be honest, very close to New Delhi. We shouldn't be too far. It's not really too many other region-specific clues, I'd say here. Um, Mainly just the agriculture. So based on that, I think we should be somewhere out here. So let's see. Um, should I go Haryana or should I go Uttar Pradesh? Not that it matters too much, but I'll go Haryana. Let's go somewhere here. Okay, it's Uttar Pradesh, but yeah, pretty much the correct vibes. So let's move on. Okay, what do we have here? We have a small stubby antenna on the car. So if you see that, you're going to automatically think of four countries. One is Mexico, second is Colombia, third is Ecuador, fourth is Brazil. Those are the only four countries that you should realistically be thinking of when you see this. You do get a similar antenna in Cambodia, sometimes like a similar looking one in New Zealand and yeah, a few other places, but like especially like if you know it's Latin America, like here you have like Spanish and stuff. So if you see that, then you automatically know that it's going to be one of these four. Those are the only countries that have this stubby antenna. So now that we know that we are in one of those, how do we figure out which one? Um, I think that could be a yellow plate, which is a good hint to for Colombia. So of these four countries, only country that uses yellow plates is Colombia. And then the bigger hint here is this signpost. So if you see there's like a thin white, like cylindrical signpost, I guess. That signpost is very typical in Colombia. And then if you go to the back side of this signpost, then it'll have like a cross on it that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, just a white signpost with a cross on the back. Very, very typical for Colombia. Um, like if you look at the car, it feels like there's a tint of black on it as well. So it could be a black car with antenna. And yeah, if you get a black car with antenna, then that's always going to be Colombia. Like Mexico, Ecuador, Brazil will have the antenna, but their cars won't be black. So that could be another hint. That plate also looks kind of yellow, maybe. So I'm pretty confident that this should be Colombia. And it's kind of flat and green. So I'm thinking it's going to be either two, like one of two regions. One is like up here, and one is like east of the Andes, so like east of this mountain range, pretty much. But this one in particular doesn't look east of the Andes because this is like Amazon, right? So it doesn't feel that Amazonian to me. Feels more like up here. And then the further up you go, it gets drier and drier. So like this is pretty much just a desert up there in Colombia. But the green parts probably somewhere here, considering how flat it is as well. So I'll go here, somewhere out here. Let's see. Ooh, completely wrong region guess from me there, but well, at least we got Colombia right. But I guess we were in like this sort of valley in between the mountains. But yeah, I didn't really notice any mountains around us, so maybe they were blocked by the buildings or something. So yeah, I don't really know a region guess for that, but at least we get the country right. Let's keep on going. The sun looks like it's in the south this time. And if you combine that with this octagonal pole, so if you see like the shape of the pole, it is like not like round or cylindrical, it's got like faces to it. So this kind of octagonal pole, automatically you click Mexico. Don't need to think too much. Well, sometimes you can get like similar looking poles in Philippines. But yeah, like this should definitely be Mexico. This is a typical Mexican pole. What else do we have? Also, you have these kind of, again, like very well trimmed plants. I'd say these are more common in Latin America. Um, Now we do have this number plate. There's a whole document about Mexican number plates, but I have never bothered to learn it because it's like I haven't even learned the US plates yet. I think I would do that first if I wanted to learn plates. So, yeah, I don't know this plate, but if you do, then that could help. If I remember, then I'll also include that document in the description. We'll see though. If not, then you can always join like my Discord, and it's like I have a channel in my Discord called Tips and Resources, and then in that you'll find all those documents. So yeah, if I don't remember what to put it in the description, then at least there'll be the link to my Discord in the description, so you can go there. Oh, also these electricity counters, these circular electricity counters, like Mexico has a circular electricity counter, so they also help. But I don't know where to guess in Mexico. It's kind of dry, so it makes me want to go like a bit more north. But I'm like a bit wary of going too far north here. So I'll go like Zacatecas or something and hope for the best. Let's see. Oh, or it's just downtown CDMX, I guess. Okay, well, that's not what I expected, but I'm sure some of you got better points than me there. Nice, let's keep on moving. Um, back in Brazil this time, and this I want to say feels almost kind of Amazonian. Interesting. Okay, so the way I know it's Brazil again is you have these, I don't know, like tiled roofs, very common in Brazil, red tiled roofs. What else? I guess we don't really have a typical Brazilian pole on this round, but yeah, you kind of just have to go based on the roofs and that the sun is kind of in the north, so those are the two hints. Also, these kind of like baskets, I'd say, are pretty common in South America. Not only like these ones especially. I think you also get them in like Argentina and stuff. So, oh, but this thing, this like protective thing on top of the gates, I think is also more common in Brazil. But maybe someone can fact check me on that. But from what I know, I think it's a bit more common in Brazil. But I don't really know where to guess. My mind is in like two or three places here. Okay, so um, first thoughts for me are up here, not like Maranhão or Piauí, one of these. Maybe even Para. Para is, I think, one of the states that I'm not too good at recognizing. But it does feel sort of Amazonian to me, so I would like to think that this is up there. But then I also really don't want to rule out something like Rondonia or maybe even Acre, which is out here. I wouldn't be surprised if it was there, but I don't think that's my first preference here at all. No, I don't think I ever go there. Like maybe on like my fourth or fifth guess I'll go there, but not on my first guess. Oh, there might actually be a phone code here, but can't see it. Any other phone codes by any chance? No. Okay, well, I'm gonna do this then. I'm gonna go like hedge maybe near Sao Luis, and then if it's east or west of it, then it's cool. I don't think it's Amapa, but maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's either out here or maybe Acre Rondonia is my guess. Let's see. Oh, it was Amapa. No. I must have missed something there. I can't see Amapa, I guess, but like I did mention it, but it really wasn't my priority here. But I guess in hindsight, it's fair enough, right? Okay, well, maybe someone in the comments has a more concrete clue for why that is Amapa, but based on just vibes, I think Amapa Isn't that surprising of a guess? I was willing to go as far west as Belém, but not quite Amapa, but apparently it was. So well done if you got Amapa there. Yeah, quite the seed, I'd say. But nice, we got four Latin America rounds and one in India. So yeah, we got to practice Latin America a bit, I guess. All right, so let's move on to the third um, thingy, third game. And this one I want to do is on a diverse Gen 4 world. So as I mentioned earlier, Gen 4 is like the latest camera, and it's got like very beautiful like quality coverage. So it should be a fun map. Like not all countries in the world have Gen 4, so you got to keep that in mind. And on GeoHints, there's a coverage map where you can see which countries have Gen 4. Although I don't know if it's updated with the latest countries. This map is updated pretty recently, so hopefully GeoHints has updated their map. But if not, then at least like most countries that have Gen 4 should be on the GeoHints map at least. So you can refer to that, and yeah, it should be fun. So let's go. The challenge link again will be in the description. So hopefully at this point you've finished playing the game, and let's go. Okay, so we have this poll again. I hope you remember that poll because it's going to come in handy now. Sun in the north, and you have that poll. So we should be in Argentina. Um, you have some Spanish as well, so that makes sense. Cactus, I don't know where in Argentina you get cacti specifically, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to go off of. Again, you have this like a basket thing that I was mentioning earlier that you saw in Brazil. Also get similar baskets in Argentina. It feels slightly dry, I would say. We also have a cactus, so that kind of makes sense. I'm tempted to go like Mendoza area, but it's not really Mendoza though. It doesn't feel like Mendoza. Feels a bit more north to me, but I don't know where exactly you get the Gen 4 in this kind of area. I'll hedge near La Rioja and let's see. Oh, it was San Miguel de Tucumán. Okay. I guess we couldn't see this mountain west, so that was a bit confusing. I guess the like trees and whatnot blocked it, but well done if you got closer than me on that. It definitely makes sense with how dry it is, like northwest Argentina, very, very dry. Also mountainous, so yeah, nice. Let's keep on moving. Okay, this time we are in Portugal, and the way you can tell it is this pole. So if you remember, I told you that this is the classic Brazilian pole that you can also get in Portugal, which makes sense, right? Um, so yeah, you have this Portuguese Brazilian pole. And this time we're definitely in Europe. The sun is in the south, that's one way to tell. And just the landscape, like this feels way more European than South American. Also have white lines in the middle of the road, so that's usually an indication that it's going to be Europe over South America. Um, and you also have like these like olive trees. Well, not these, but like I think those are like olive trees. So those are also very common in Spain and Portugal. And yeah, I don't know. Just overall, it looks a lot like Portugal. This doesn't feel so like in Portugal. Super north is kind of mountainous, but I don't think it's that mountainous. I'd say this is maybe even closer to the Spanish border, so I'll go like here. Oh, okay, or it could just be super south. I didn't expect it to be that far south, but I guess that's fair enough. Damn, I actually didn't expect it to be that down there. But cool. Nice if you got Portugal, and especially nice if you got the southern vibes. This time we are in Brazil. Again, we have the same pole, but well, not exactly the same, but a similar pole with the indents. But this time we're not in Portugal, we're in Brazil. Sun is in the northish, I'd say, and then you have the yellow line in the middle instead of white lines. So yellow line in the middle usually is, as a rule of thumb, indicative of Americas. But of course, there are exceptions. And then another big hint for Brazil is this black back of signs. So you have signs here, and then the backside of them is completely black. Um, so we should be in Brazil. I don't really have a region guess on this. There's a slight mountain to the west. Wow, this is a confusing round. Okay, so my rule for Brazil is if you're in doubt, go Goiás or Tocantins. I don't know, one of those two. Um, and I think I might have to employ that here because this, I can see this being Sao Paulo, maybe Mato Grosso do Sul, Minas, Goiás, Tocantins, Mato Grosso, parts of Bahia, and then maybe even like Alagoas, Sergipe. I'd say maybe even Parana or something. But don't think it's super far south at least. I don't know. Yeah, like that's the sort of range I'm thinking. So pretty much a bunch of places in Brazil. So yeah, when I have this kind of range, I think it's just nice to just go Goiás. Let's see. And it is pretty much Goiás. Not exactly, it's Mato Grosso do Sul, but yeah, rule of thumb, don't know where you are, go Goiás kind of worked. So let's go. And this time we are in Indonesia. And the way you can tell that, you don't need to look at anything else. You have black number plates with three different white parts of text. So you have one block of white here, second block of white here, and third block of white here. So you have three white blocks of text in Indonesia on the number plate. And if there's two different blocks instead, then it's Malaysia. So you know you're in Indonesia. There's also the flags here, if you couldn't figure it out from the plate. Also, black paint on the bottom of the pole. That is, like if you know you're in Southeast Asia, then black paint on the bottom is usually going to be Indonesia. Not to be confused with the black sticker on the pole. Black sticker on the pole is mainland Malaysia, but if the pole itself is painted black on the bottom, then Indonesia, you also have these pole tops. These are typical Indonesian pole tops. So keep that in mind. I don't really know how to guess within Indonesia, so I don't have tips to tell you what island this is. This kind of looks like a Java roof. Um, but yeah, I'm really bad at Indonesia, so don't listen to my region guesses. I kind of just go based on vibes, and 70% of the time they fail. Sometimes they work though. So let's see. I feel this is more, it's kind of dryish, so feels like maybe East Java or one of the Nusas to me. So I'll go like West Nusa. Oh, it kind of worked. Lombok. I don't know exactly how to identify Lombok, but yeah, my vibe guess somewhat worked this time, so I'll take it. But nice. Let's keep on going. Oh, great. We're in Indonesia again. One way to tell is the yellow line in the middle. If you're in Southeast Asia and you have a yellow line in the middle, and you're driving left, so you can see if you're driving left here, then it's usually either going to be Thailand or Indo. Um, and then it can't be Thailand because we don't have Thai language, so it should be Indo. A lot of palms though. I'm thinking Sulawesi here off the bat because of how mountainous and how many palms there are. But again, I am by no means good at Indonesia. So let's see. We have some signs though. We might have something here. Um, I don't think any of that really helps. Not that I understand at least. Um, don't know what that means. What do you say? This looks helpful. Lingkungan Hidup. Kabupaten Bolang Monggongdon Selatan. So the Kabupaten is like it's the regency where we are. But yeah, I haven't learned all the There's like hundreds of Kabupaten in Indonesia. Lingkungan Hidup and Bolang Mongodon or something. Um, well, my region guess here was Sulawesi, so I think I'm just gonna go Sulawesi. I'm not really going to scan for this because I don't know. Oh, Bolang Gitam, maybe. Excuse me. It's got the Bolang part on it, so why not, right? But like with how many palms we have, I feel like North Sulawesi makes sense. But yeah, don't take my word for this. I'm not an Indonesia expert, but just based on my vibes, I want to say this is Sulawesi, and I guess you get blue roofs in Sulawesi a bit, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not the person to come to if you want to learn about Indonesia. So I'm gonna go here, I think. And let's see where we are. That's not bad. That's not bad. Bolang something. I'll take it, dude. I got the correct province, or well, not. What is this called? Like, is this a region in? I don't know what. Like, yeah, I got the correct region in Indonesia at least. Not Sulawesi. That's very rare that I get to guess like that in Indonesia. So I'm very happy with that actually. Two good Indo guesses. That is quite good for me. We had Brazil, Argentina, and Portugal as well. I think surprisingly enough, I lost most points in Portugal here. Actually, never mind. I lost more points in Brazil and Argentina. But yeah, I lost more points in Portugal than in Indo. That is very rare. But yeah, anyway, that was pretty fun. I liked it. 21k. That's a nice score. So I'll wrap it up here. Thank you for watching. Again, if you have any tips for me as well, you can let me know in the comments. And yeah, if, hopefully you found something like some tips or something beneficial from this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, which I'll probably be recording right after this or soon enough. So yeah, see ya. Bye. Have a nice week, nice day, whatever.